Welcome back. Well, it's just 2 weeks away. We're talking the Cornhusker State Games. More than, or nearly, I should say, 80 sports this year that you can play in. And we've got Executive Director Dave Manerick here this morning to fill us all in. I know registration, the deadline is today, right?
That's right. Today's the final day for most sports to get into the games.
Wow, I mean, it comes around so fast. You work so hard year-round planning this thing. And what's new this year? I mean, every year it's a great time. But you have some new events year after year, right?
We do.
This year, what do we got new?
We have 3 new sports this year, including rowing, which is a joint competition of Iowa Games and Cornhusker State Games, and it's going to happen right on the border at Carter Lake. We have freestyle BMX, and there's a group of professionals coming in to do a show for us during the opening ceremonies of freestyle BMX with flips and all kinds of dangerous looking stuff. Right. And then we have a ninja challenge for the first time. If you've seen the American Ninja Warrior show, we have a replica of the obstacle course from that show coming in, and we're going to put it up in East High. And for a couple days before the opening ceremonies, you could come in and try the course. And then we have our competition on the 21st of July.
Well, I think it's so interesting with the Cornhusker State Games because it's not just in one isolated location. You're all over the place. How do you manage all of those things going on all at once?
Well, it takes a lot of volunteers. That's the big thing. And we're blessed here in Lincoln and around Nebraska, and even in Omaha where we have some venues there, that we have volunteers willing to put on sporting events like this. Close to 3,000 volunteers.
Wow.
But then we have a great staff. We have a team that is really good at recruiting those volunteers and then keeping track of everything and all of those logistics and making sure everybody has the supplies they need, the medical coverage, whatever it is. This team is the best in the country at running an event like this.
You know, what I like best about it is, let's face it, most people aren't good enough to go to the Olympics, right? You're never going to compete at that level. But this is a pretty good level, even though some are just weekend warriors, you know, maybe they haven't done the 100-yard dash in 10 years, but you got the crowd watching, you can win some medals, right? You get the excitement going.
Yeah, you're right. It's all ages, all abilities. So there's a comfort level there, but make no mistake about it, Nebraskans are competitive. And it doesn't matter what level, whether you're a weekend warrior or an elite athlete, they go after those medals.
Absolutely. Well, you said that most sports are their registration is today. So is that like almost all of them, or are you extending the deadline for some? How does that work?
You'll see if you go to cornhuskerstategames.com and click on sport information, you'll see separate final deadlines for some of those sports. But we have to put out a time when there's kind of an end to the mass of entries that come in. So this is that deadline, and then there's just kind of a trickle after that, and it's sport by sport.
So it's not necessarily if you want to maybe get in on some race, then you might still be able to have a shot. But if you know that you want to compete, the best bet is to register by today.
That's exactly right. Recreational, or I should say non-competitive events, we take registrations right up to the event because there's no need for scoring or bracketing or anything like that. But all athletes, if you register after today, will pay more. So we're trying to incent people to get in before that late fee hits.
And real quickly, any interesting competitors this year? I know some years there's people like 100 years old doing the 100-yard dash and 2-year-olds doing anyone specifically you can talk about?
Well, I did check, and there's a 2-year-old signed up for track and field.
You just guessed it.
Hey, I did.
Owen's got his crystal ball right
now. We have a 90-year-old also in track and field. So
they're going to compete. The 2-year-old and 9-year-old going at it in the discus or something.
They may. You never know.
How exciting! It's so great to see. I mean, every type of person, every age group, all competing out here and all put on by you guys. You do such a great job, so we're excited for this year as well.
We are too. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. Good to see you.
You too.
Good morning, too.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Dave, and we will be right back. Stick around.